Hello everyone and welcome back. A bit of an extended break, but we should be jumping into the action for the ESL Pro League Season 7 Asia Pacific region for the Chinese qualifiers very, very shortly, and the Mongolz up against 5Power as our second series. I mean, a bit of a wait because our first series was very, very quick, and looks like 5Power had a different match to play through, but this should be an exciting series once again, Billy.
Yeah, we'll get to see who gets to make it through to the APAC, whether it will be all the Mongolz or not as many Mongolz.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this is a bit of a fated matchup, really, if you think about it. As we take a quick look at the bracket earlier on tonight, we did have MVP PK take down Flash Gaming in very convincing fashion. 16-1 and then 16-13, and now 5Power up against the Mongolz. Our results in the lower bracket looks like Eclipse has just taken a 2-0 over eHome. Don't know the result of FC Absolute versus Raw Clan just yet, but I guess those have to be determined.
I've got absolutely no idea. Kevin?
So between 5Power and Mongolz at the moment, going to be determining who's going to be the stronger force at the moment. And 5Power obviously having two people of the ex-Mongolz lineup.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, some of these Mongolz, the old roster, some of the better players have been known to go elsewhere. He had Machine Gun, his foray into NA. Now he's gone back to the Eclipse team, which is not the Mongolz. And as well as, I think, I'm not sure, is Zuckerberg still on the Mongolz lineup?
I don't think so. This Mongolz lineup, as far as I know...
Completely different.
Completely different.
Changed.
The only three people that I recognize from probably the last season, you know, you had Mara, who was their coach, who had to become their player. You still have NCL as well.
Yeah,
so
NCL.
it's like...
Is Sogu still on there?
Yeah, I think Sogu is still on there as well. But I mean, on the other side as well, in terms of 5Power, you got Doble as well as Cabal. And that's like... In terms of 5Power, right? By name, 5Power. By nature, 5Power. These guys are loose units. These guys are like loose units. Like, they'll play some insane Counter-Strike because they'll just go around and go, all right, we don't really need to group up because we can just take aim deals for days. But we saw how that worked, I guess, for Flash Gaming, and that didn't work out too well against a very structured team. But that was like, you know, Flash Gaming, a little bit more kind of like split style. The aim wasn't working, and MVP PK, a few clutches going in their favor, the aim was working. Now in a matchup where both sides just going to be clashing into each other to see who's just more mechanically powerful. Yeah,
and I mean, the previous example you give, you know, you're talking about one of the most structured teams in Asia. It's going to be pretty hard to run a loose style into that. And I mean, 5Power, this team, we've seen them have really high heights, but really low lows, as is the nature of an inconsistent, you know, aggressive style where you rely on individuals turning up, you rely on individual skill, you rely on winning aim duels, and that's not going to go your way every single day. However, I feel like just the overall skill a little bit better on the side of 5Power as opposed to this new Mongolz roster.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's still just a little bit more experience on this 5Power lineup to get it across the board. And I mean, they just finished the match as well, looking a pretty convincing victory over, I think, Team Too Easy. But I think it was just
16 Too Easy.
Pretty much a 16-2 victory for the not the Mongol, sorry, for 5Power. Yep. So they're looking like they're in good shape, just coming forward into this. Mongolz, we've seen a little bit of them, but they're pretty much a shadow of their former selves. Ugh, trying to get it out.
Shell of their former shadow.
Absolutely. I guess that's actually going to work out better for me at this stage because that probably is going to be enunciated better. But the odds are going to be favoring 5Power, the Betway odds at the bottom there.
Yep.
I'd agree with them in this case. We did have a bit of discussion in the previous match where I gave the favor to Flash Gaming. You gave the favor to MVP PK. You were right. I was wrong. Now we're on the same page.
Nothing sounds sweeter than those words strung together into my ears. And I mean, going into a map like Cash, you got to be feeling for the Mongolz. I mean, you've got 5Power starting out on the CT side. Cash is a map where, you know, on the CT side, aggression is almost mandatory, and that's going to be right in their wheelhouse. Let's see what the Mongolz has planned for us. See, our Sage is going to be the spearhead of this defense. Out comes the CT smoke and the molly towards heaven, and he's just got blocking players running straight at him, and Mongolz all on the same page. Not a single bullet hitting on the side of 5Power, and it's going to be a 3-on-5 retake. It's going to be pretty impossible to win this one.
Yeah, it's going to have to be some insane shots coming out. Forget Doble and Cabal, so just waiting for the smoke to fade and think about their attacking options. No utility as well to get their way onto the bomb site. And there it is. Doble actually finds one. They're pushing forward, but Doble does go down to Mara. But look at this. Forget's going to be coming in from Vent, but now he's the last man left standing for the CT side. And I'd say the T's would be trying to overwhelm him. He's trying to take down NCL. He's isolated one target, but he still needs to isolate two on a 30 HP. All it requires is 2 more Glock bullets. And there it is, just a single USB actually out from Mara. So Mongolz with the pistol round.
And good stuff from them, and that's exactly what you want to see from this Mongolz roster. I mean, when we saw the old Mongolz rosters have a lot of success, it was just brute force aggression as a team, all on the same page. Run down your opponents and close out the map nice and quick. Don't know how well that's going to go against 5Power if the individuals start to warm up a little bit more. However, you know, step 1, pistol obtained. Now you got to go up against a bunch of pistoling armored players and could run into some roadblocks for sure. However, it is Sogu up on this boost with the AK. He's going to go up against former teammate Cabal. Or are they former? Pretty sure they're former teammates. Right? Or it might have been different rosters.
I'm not certain if they'll. I think they were in the same roster in all honesty. With this Sugu, NCL, Dobu, Cabal. I think Mara also filled in towards the end there. But it looks like it's just going to be contact B play, and South Sage is going to be finding a few. I think he's think Temka somehow, but PTC with a Deagle is going to find 1 kill. Now South Sage 1 for 1. It's perfectly fine in that scenario. PTC is just able to dance around here for a while, but Mara is having no shenanigans tonight. He just puts the AK-47 round in the face. But it's a 3-on-3, and this is definitely winnable right now. They've got the kit on Forget as well, so they just got to find a few more sharp shots, and the AK-47 is going to have to rain out some pretty good headshots right now. But what is this single challenge coming out from Cabal, coming straight in by himself?
Yeah, just a lack of communication. They're going to run headfirst into Sogu's AK. And 3 AKs still retained, so pretty decent scenario there for Mongolz. They're going to net themselves another bomb plant, and Forget's just going to save that Deagle armor and the kit.
You could say it's forgetting about this round and looking forward to the next one.
Wasn't going to go there, but anyway.
It was just so good out of Sugu. That doesn't really work out as well. That's just not... I got to telegraph that one, and that just doesn't make the pun work too favorably.
Yeah. Don't think I would have hung around for that one.
Absolutely not. So, I mean, talking about actually hang for you as well. Temko, the other pickup so far, and, you know, haven't seen too much out of them just yet. Want to see how it goes when the pressure gets applied onto them. You know, how does their decision making go? You know, what's their clutch situation like? How do they play around the clutches, etc., etc.? What are their entry pathways? All these questions that need to be asked, which will only be revealed from further in the game. But Forget already gets the shot onto NCL with the saved Eagle. So already impact being made by the weapon that's saved forward.
Yeah, instantly swapped out the MAC-10 for the AK, that is, so not the worst case scenario. However, these players on Mongolz are looking weaker and weaker as the round goes by, and we still got Forget up with the Deagle and the armor, other two. P250 taken out of the equation, so it's just a USP on Zao Sage and the Deagle. However, 2 of these players are in one-shot range of that Deagle, so things could get a little dicey here. Mongolz just choosing to slow it down, and that's just unfortunate timing. Still going to capitalize on it on the side of 5Power. However, they both have been spotted, so Mongolz is going to waste absolutely no time running towards the A-bomb site. However, they are going to slow down a bit, and this could get dangerous. South Sage has picked himself up an AK-47.
Absolutely. Hang for you needs to be landing this entry kill right now. South Sage is going to be flashed off the angle, but no one is crossed right now. That's a shot coming out from Sugu. MAC-10 drive-by. So that's around secure, with Tem also being boosted up.
Okay, so 3-0 for Mongolz. That's the start that they really need moving forward. And not only just the fact that they did get the pistol and didn't, you know, make those rounds look too worrying, it's just the confidence coming out. They're not afraid to take these aim duels, and we're going to see if that's going to continue moving forward into the rest of this series, or whether that's just, you know...
This is...
starting strong.
Yeah, starting strong, and this is going to be the common thing throughout the entire series. We're going to see a lot more aim deals than you normally expect, and maybe a little bit more of a discipline structure. Both of these sides a little bit more loose to account for the fact that you want to be allowing your 5Power as much space as possible. So not necessarily a bad thing for both of these sides. I remember with 5Power playing overseas, in certain games they don't communicate as much. And forget already going down.
Be punished pushing through the smoke. Ooh, Cabal in position, and he takes out both of these Mongolz players, more than making up for it. And it's going to be Mongolz out onto this A-bomb site, and the retake will have to come in on the 3-on-3. Very limited utility for these CTs. One smoke and one flash. We'll see if they do actually communicate properly and use that. Hang4u's only hanging around with his Mac 10, so a bit of a weaponry disadvantage.
Well, they've got so many Molotovs, so they're going to be smoking off A main, but there's a counter flashbang and a Molotov that doesn't go deep enough to cover the cross. For 5Power, they've let a lot of time bleed through at the moment. There's probably only about 15 seconds left on the timer. Tem, that's a good shot onto Cabal. And CSGO trying to push onto the site. Can't even get the kill on Hang4u with the Mac 10 at quad. So Mongolz actually picking up all last 3 kills without dropping a single member. A really great start for them.
Yep.
As it looks like even, we'll talk about them being loose, but even then their structure, you know, when they're hitting that A bomb site, there were 2 going out mid, 3 going out A main at the same time, maximizing the chances of success after getting that opening pick.
Yeah, I mean, they grouped up, they hit that A bomb site after losing those 2 picks. They were already on the A bomb site as they committed through the mid smoke there. So, you know, hopefully one arm of that attack actually does reap the rewards, and that's exactly what happens. And then just the post plant's paid properly. However, Mara, you know, his head's completely gone.
As Cabal just says hello from the other side, but he won't be able to get any more kills. Tem just going to be standing his ground and just fighting away. Going to be able to slide out, but Forgets also picks up another kill. Sage just hard on the hunt. Doesn't know the T's on the right side though, but Hang4u just locking down the mid area. So once again, just really fast and heavy brawling at the mid, on the mid line. Some damage taken, but Sugu does well just to make sure that any further damage is going to be navigated quite well. And Sage is just going to gamble that it's going to be the A bomb side. He has made a lot of noise at B, sorry. So
yeah, look, if Mongols want to be closing this one out, these are the kind of, you know, loose branches they can't afford to trip over moving forward. They need to close out all these rounds convincingly. They need to, you know, play their absolute best CS, because I feel like in a lot of these Asian CS games, you know, it's not just about, you know, losing the round. It can damage your economy further on, but more importantly, when you're getting this confident and you lose an anti-eco, you know, some teams, they can't handle that psychologically. You know, you can start to get down on yourselves. You can start to get frustrated if one of your teammates made a mistake in the anti-eco, and those are the kind of rounds that can sort of break this morale and this sort of unitary approach we're seeing from the Mongols. They're all on the same page. They've all got, you know, strong levels of confidence, and that's what they're going to need if they're going to be able to take it against 5Power. And I don't think no one expected Mongols to come out swinging this hard. I mean, after this many roster changes, I'm saying like recent times after the roster changes and stuff, they looked lackluster. They were playing a lot slower. They looked a lot less confident, and compared to what they used to play, you know, 2015, 2016.
But that's like
complete
also,
opposite.
yeah, I mean, that's different to players though as well. So it's like, you're comparing apples and oranges here, really. Oranges? Oranges.
Apples and origins.
Origins. Your starting position. And Mara's actually just going to pick off Forget at A main immediately. Doesn't even take that much damage. So yeah, Doba's just dropping a lot of utility. But Mara goes, that's fine. You can have that part of the map. I'm just going to fall back and just play safe with the AWP. And Dobu trying to play all sneaky beaky like around the smoke grenade. Now, the good thing for 5Power at the moment is Sage is actually posted quite far up in B main. So this allows that rotation to come forward to A. But the timing is good for Dobu with a flashbang. Find one, find two, but he can't find any more. They also know that there's another CT right now. Cabal has to find more kills. So really scrappy fighting already, resulting down to a 2-on-2.
Yeah, but PTC is going to have to retake with this AWP, and he doesn't actually catch the Mongols player pushing across there. These flashes working perfectly to help Mongols get in position.
Sage managed to make his way to Squeaky, and the AWP very, very close to A main at the moment. Sorry, not to A main, but to the side now. Sage coming out of Squeaky will be able to pick off one. Now they're going to check all the angles. They know that NCL couldn't have moved from the bomb site thanks to PTC pushing up very quickly. So the Mongols do drop around 5Power, taking that 2-on-2 clutch. And a good A main hold coming out from Dobu and Cabal as well. That aggression, just getting control of it, making sure they're taking the fight successfully. But they're able to stall for enough time and bring it back into their favor after Mara got the first opening pick. So First round for the CT side, 2 guns saved as well. So their economy, though, not looking too crash hot still.
Yeah, definitely not. See what else Mongolz has up their sleeve. I mean, they've been playing fairly loose. Just sort of brute force approach as we are used to seeing from the older rosters. Well, it looks like that's what they're going to go for again. 1 over the boost and 3 towards A main, and they're just going to, the 2-pronged attack once again. Middle and 8.
Worked last time, and it may work this time as well. But Dobu, he's going to find one dink out hang for you as well. So a little bit slow on the retake. Forget loses that deal against Mara. And I think they may have spotted out the AWPer at truck as well. So already some of the T's on very, very low HP. PTC just watching the cross, and he's going to be rewarded for a very easy kill onto Hang For You. But Hang For You's already got the bomb plant down. Cabal trying to come in from behind. CSGO now having to do a bit of the lifting because PTC is not really with him. He's still just slowly walking by himself, and NCL not expecting CSGO to be holding the angle right now. But PTC is going to go down to Tem, now down to a 1-on-1. It's not planned for Tem. The Molotov might go a little bit too deep, but CSGO holding the angle. So is Tem. Molotov comes out and CSGO just be sticking the defuse. Knows he's got time to do so. Tem, it's not planned for him. And so that double prong attack is not going to work. It's a full 10-second defuse, but the Molotov has bought enough time.
That's brave.
Had the Molotov, didn't hear the T pushing forward, wins the aim duel as well. And that is down to NCL probably not holding on to quarters long enough that Tem needed. Wasn't expecting CSGO to be tucked in that corner there.
That's perfectly fine though for Mongolz. 5Power, they might be getting a couple of rounds here and there, but their economy, it's taken a lot of damage. These rounds are getting close. The only person who's got any money to speak of is CSGO, whereas over in the Mongolz camp, they're getting these bomb plants down. They didn't lose too many guns in those earlier rounds. Only now is their economy starting to suffer a little bit, but if they can lock down a round or two moving forward in this half, then it's going to put 5Power in a pretty awkward position.
Yep, they're just slowing down this round. We saw a few fast takes for them, but they've just posted one up. I think that's either Mara in A main or Boost. It looks like he's posted in A main with AWP. And Temka just going to be looking to find any opportunities and apply a little bit of pressure in B main to try to make sure that 5Power keep 2 on the B bomb site.
Probably the slowest round we've seen all series, and it's only 35 seconds in. I mean, a lot of these rounds have sort of broken down pretty quickly and ended up in the clutch scenarios. And I mean, that's what you really will expect with this kind of style Mongolz is employing. You just get straight out on the bomb sites, the trades go back and forth, and then you resolve it in the post plant. Mongolz having some good mid-round here, getting lots of picks. So slowing it down, shows another element to their deep side.
Yeah, just slowly getting these picks and just waiting for the over-aggression from 5Power. It works out perfectly. PTC trying to go as fast as he can through the smoke. Finds Zugu. Where's the cover coming out from the rest of his teammates? Come on, they've got to be landing the shots a lot quicker than that. It was a little bit messy to trade out PTC, but the trade eventually goes forward. And now CSGO looking to try to hold on to this assault rifle. Doesn't know that NCL's close, though. And so CSGO is going to make a lot of noise trying to back out of here. Here's the AK shot, and it's going to instantly turn his attention back to Highway. And now dealing out with NCL. Needs to be careful though, because Temkar's coming out of truck. And Mongolz now putting 5Power not really into, well actually, I was about to say not into a double eco because I saw CSGO's money. CSGO can force up more than just a pistol here.
I mean, the rest of his team's bought, so I'd imagine he's going to buy an AWP.
There's the AWP out on CSGO and PTC. Not buying anything just yet. So it looks like PTC is saving for the AWP for their next buy round. No, he's just bought up, so I lied. And Cabal.
Mac 10 on Sogu could cause big problems.
It could cause problems, but already just mid-action and A main action once again. The AWP is now going to be identified. They know where it is, and they know where Forget is. So they most likely will be trying to make their way to the B bomb site. CSGO now locked in a corner. This AK though can't find the shots. Temka loses the deal, so surely they should know where the AWP is. They're not going to bother containing the AWP too hard as it is for now. They want to be going to the B bomb site. A PTC, he's at Z, not at the B site.
Sogu's just lurking around with this Mac 10 indoor. They don't want to let 5Power save this AWP now that they've secured the B site.
There it is. So they've taken not only the AWP off the hands of the CT side, but they also get a kill on the Mac 10. So
yeah, and they upgraded as well. So further boost to Mongolz' economy there. And it's going to be Broke territory out of 5Power.
Yeah, this is classic kind of cage CT side, right? So like you force up because you're pretty confident with pistols, but Mongolz have done very, very well to be fighting out and winning these duels. So by the time it's about 5-0, you finally win your first gun round. You maybe win the second, but you take a lot of damage to your economy. All of a sudden, you don't have your orbs that you need. You don't have the utility to hold off this aggression from the T side. And we can see what's happening at the moment that the Mongols just bullying it out in terms of the economic game, where 5Power really have only had a few buy rounds. A good jump to draw out some of the shots out of the AWP. And Mara might just go down to the USP right now. No longer, though. NCL's here to make sure his teammate's safe. Sugu at mid. I mean, Sugu's just been dealing all of these out. Oh, man, just so sharp coming out from him. It's just exciting to watch these Mongols play, really. When they're, like, hitting their shots and they're in their prime, especially, like, Sugu and NCL, like, kind of the two veterans now of the Mongols. It's kind of like a bit of a flashback where it's like, man, the 2015, 2016 Mongols were a scary force because of this reason.
Yeah. Had a depth of firepower, not necessarily consistency.
Yeah, so NCL low, but not out. Only a USP, and now PTC slowly sneaking into heaven. No one checking the angle. It's going to find one, but no more. Too many targets, and the Mongols 8-2. Like I was saying, T side. I mean, it just feels like the CT side have barely had any buy rounds. They've had, this is their third buy round. Third or fourth one, and it's still not a full buy.
Yeah, and individually, you know, the 5Power players, they're not really showing up as much so far into this game. Haven't had too many opportunities to, if I'm being honest. Let's see what the Mongols' approach is going to be this game. In this round, rather. 5Power in a 2-1-2 kind of setup. They're going to grab checker control as well as send someone towards A main. PTC would have heard that scope close to the smoke, so he's just jumping up and down, having a look for one of the Mongols players in B main, but he's going to hear them running away, actually, so some useful information for his team. Resmoke goes out onto mid, and Mongols, they're just going to continue waiting out this utility. And 5Power got somebody in A main, which is Dobu. He's been pretty active in that area of the map, so wouldn't be surprised if Mongolz was ready for it.
The question is, where are these Molotovs going to be going on the T side? And there's going to be the A main push coming forward. There is still Cabal underneath the boost at the moment, just waiting for the T's to go over aggressive. But Sugu is going to check the angle. He's low, but the kill doesn't go in the favor of 5Power. But Dobu pushes in and finds NCL, who's just caught unaware. So as soon as the Mongols think they've got an advantage, the 5Power do really, really well to try to swing it back, and see how Sage just peeking a little bit late to try to find Mara, who's been actually very impressed with his AWP so far, just consistently being able to find these picks on the T side. Taking the most of the opportunities that 5Power just briefly give the T side as well.
So he's still fighting over mid with 30 seconds to go. Actually works out pretty well for him. Temka clearing out the B bomb site, so it's going to be a question of whether this bomb is going to be able to beat Dobu to the site. Doesn't matter, Hang For You is going to shoot him straight between the eyes.
That's a really good shot.
Yeah, still going to be on Zhao Sage coming in from the B main area. Temka's pretty low and he's in CT, so Zhao Sage might actually be able to catch him out if he's not looking in the correct spot.
So many angles for Zhao Sage to check, and there's time. You can see it's already just nearly at the halfway point. He doesn't have a kit, so Temka is just set up in heaven.
Yeah, this is a great setup. They can spot the cross from heaven, and then the side guy can peek off of him. Not even needed. Temka just shoots him in the back of the head. And
I'm really impressed by that. It's like just the composure for Temka to play a little bit aggressive and realize, look, he's not coming in from CT, can only be coming in from one direction at this stage. And they set up for the crossfire. Normally we see a lot of teams play greedy, but they're not.
Yeah, and they're going to force 5Power on another save. I mean, this half from Mongol has been great. Just the aggression and the teamwork, and then we saw the development of that, of them just slowing it down and working the mid-round. They're getting the picks and punishing 5Power's aggression, which is 5Power's, you know, major strength. There's a roster behind that. There might not be much depth. So if you're doing a great job of punishing that, you know, you're going to have an easier time at taking on this 5Power roster. The second that you get, you know, tripped up by some of their aggression, you have to start adjusting your game plan. That's when it's going to become pretty hard to beat them.
Yeah, so they take one down at mid, but you can see already Tobu's already pushed Squeaky, so he's got a lot of information going. No one is staging anything at back of A main. There is, however, Hang For You just holding the extremity right now, and I think he may have spotted out Dobu, so it forces Dobu to go back to A main, but the rest of the Ts now slowly looking to make their way maybe to the B-bomb site. That's where it's looking like.
Been pretty impressed with his post plants by the Mongols, just very sensible stuff as well. So seeing multiple facets of their game really reap them the rewards so far on this T side, and very messy back and forth sort of round against these pistols and armor, but it's what you'd expect.
Now it's winnable for Scout Sage, though. He's found an AK-47. Oh, no, Hang For You, you've got to be landing those sprays in the trades.
Might have gone a little bit early in front of his teammate as well.
And that is a round where Mongolz, they looked like they had a pretty good pincer on the B-bomb site, and Sugu did so much work holding off the mid area, but doesn't matter.
Once again, though, you know, Zhao Sage might be turning up and he might have 4.5k in the bank, but the rest of his teammates still are broken. They've still got to chip away at this Mongol's economy, which, you know, it's looking less and less likely that they'll be able to break it if the half, you know, if Mongolz even gets one of his next 3 rounds.
Yep, so it might be an AWP versus AWP battle. There is a lot of B main players, and look at that. Tag on tag. Not going to be expecting that. Xiao Sage is just stuck in checkers, looking to try to get a nade out. Was only expecting there to be one. But what is that push coming out of tree right now? One of the T's straight forward. How does Kapal win that against Hang For You? 2 rounds where Hang For You has gone a little bit missing for the Mongols now, and it's a 3-on-3 with Mara very, very low as the AWPer. Now, that said, Kabal's on 12 HP as well, but he's already in checkers. And this is going to be a very good positioning attack for the T side, but it wasn't for NCL being a bit pesky and taking down Cabal. Now they're both coming out. One out of heaven just by himself. NCL getting another kill. And Temka, messy.
There goes the economy from 5Power. They're going to have to buy 1 rifle and 4 pistols and just try and go 2 from 2.
Yeah, Mongols might be able to take a 12-3 half at this rate.
Why are they saving in this situation?
They may want the AWP in the next round.
That doesn't make... They're going to have 3k on most of their players, if that. Cabal's going to have less than that. Don't agree with that on the side of 5Power. You need to go 2 for... You try and get, you know, both. You need to win this round to guarantee your money into the next one.
I like how Mongols just go, all right, we've gone too slow in the previous rounds. Let's go a little bit faster here. And Cabal is going to tuck his way in a corner. I don't know if Hang For You heard this, but look at this push already coming in from Dobu. He's already pushed mid, pushing into B main. They should know what's going on at the moment. Cabal, he's going in for the knife kill at the moment. He's going to get the knife kill on Hang For You. But the trade's there, so a little bit cheeky from Cabal, but it works out. 1,500 in his bank account. That's going to alleviate a lot of the money pressure. The South Sage at close range is going to be greeted by Sugu, who's having a massive game so far. Sugu's been the difference so far. 22 kills.
Look at the way that they took that bomb site as well. Just a simple smoke onto Fork, and then you see those Molotovs on both fence and quad clear out the whole right side of the site to let, you know, it helps a lot because they don't have to worry about those angles. They don't have to check those, so they can, you know, just run in as one unit. They threw them as they came out of A main in conjunction with the smoke, so everything lands in, like, you know, the space of about 3 seconds. There's no telegraphs. There's no early sort of pressure that can give tells for 5Power to stack the side or to rotate more fast than they usually would. And it's just great stuff coming out of the Mongols. Simple counter-strike, but when done well, you know, it's good to watch.
Yeah, and a counter boost coming out now. Wow, a shot coming out from Mara. And Sugu will be able to take down Dobu at the same time, but there's still Cabal. He's going to be dropping down on the hunt right now. Mara, what is going on? That is one of the latest reactions I've seen. Tempka does finally clean out from behind, but Mara is just sitting there, just listening to an A4 shooting near him, just going, no, it's fine. There's no one there. But a very, very strong half from the Mongols. Xiao Sage on the other side might be able to take down a few more, but the Mongols just going to be continually applying the pressure. Would have to be a big mistake right now for them to drop the round. They're going to swing all together. None of these shots connecting. What is going on right now? There we are. Temka's finally going to be able to land an AK-47 shot. What would you have said if 3T swung there and couldn't kill you at Z?
Reminded me of that Sponge versus Freakazoid clutch where, you know, you just USP'd him on truck, if you remember that one. Just over-aggressive when you might not have needed to. Bit of a different scenario. I mean, you got 3 people just trying to take the aim duel. They had a bit of a struggle. Don't think there was too much wrong with that, to be honest. I mean, if you're all swinging 3v1 against the same guy, you're eliminating a lot of the question marks and the factors out of the rounds, and, you know,
Still very scary though, considering like, you know, you saw 3 of them just deplete a lot of their clip and it's like, oh, they haven't touched Southsage here and he's done a lot of damage. If he was able to get 1, maybe 2,
Yeah.
it could have been a little bit more scarier, but it's a hypothetical. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because the Mongols are up 12-3 into their own CT half and 5Power now with a real wall to struggle up against.
That's why I love watching, you know, CS games like this because, I mean, if I came into this game not knowing much about these teams in recent times, I would have betted on 5Power to take this every day of the week.
Yeah, Mara and Sugu. Okay, looks like Sugu unable to get too much damage done. Mara at Highway. There's a smoke grenade. He was trying to pick off one at the quad. And now Mara is finding more picks at the moment. I've been very, very impressed by Mara's form so far. Obviously, Sugu, a big fragger. But Mara just consistently getting the kills that needed to go in their favor. And the T is just going to be dancing around, swinging, being absolute nuisances for the CTs to try to hit. And Southsage finding 1. Cabal also another one. And Temcup, not enough HP to work with. Forget's going to come in from A main. So 5Power take the pistol, which is what they needed.
Definitely needed it, yeah. Was a must-win from them. See if Mongolz are going to buy up into this one. So, I mean, this is another potential worry for a roster like 5Power where the communication might be lacking and they're, you know, really relying on that individual skill. What happens when you spread up around the map and, you know, you're going up against pistols? You give yourselves a lot of openings to sort of get punished in the one-on-ones. See what their answer for that is going to be. Looks like they're going to put a lot of pressure on mid and go quickly towards the B-bomb site. Mara's there with the scout, already hitting 1 tag. He's actually going to pick up Southsage.
That's a big find already, because I think that was the AK-47, which Cabal has to go pick up, and allows the CTs just a little bit more luxury space. Dobu just walking out on the bomb site just takes down NCL.
Very brave.
That's your classic Dobu play. Just wants to find these opportunities, and now a bit of a dance around between Hang For You as well as Dobu. And Hang For You going to get the better. You're in the open,
I'm
PTC. Really, really low. Sasugu finding one with a Deagle. 5Power have lost a lot of weapons. Cabal's managed to sneak his way under heaven, but Forget still needs to get to the B-bomb site. There's 2 here right now. They don't know though. Cabal's at tree. And Cabal's sneaking, he's making noises though, and Forget's going to be tagged once, and he's going to be not tagged the second time because he's going to land the headshot. What a confident open plant. I don't know if that's the confidence that you need at this stage because the CZ just comes up and just goes, hey mate, you're still exposed. We could have a lot here. And Cabal just going to have to be fighting from so many different angles. He can still make this work out. Time to work with bombs out in the open, but he's going to find 2 headshots. Can't find the third though. All of Mongolz just coming in at the same time, and Sugu's going to clean up. Appropriate that Sugu does, but the Mongolz just take a force buy.
I mean, it's exactly like we said, you know, sometimes these 5Power guys can play a little bit too split up. I mean, I'm just happy that Dobu walking out of A main solo gets punished with that CZ, because, you know, in the name of all things that make sense, all logic. Two of these 5Power players saving, 3 of them are force buying. So not really on the same page economically speaking.
Yep, and the Mongols already with the opening pick as well. Oh, Southsage finds one. Much excitement, wow.
Yeah, we're into a 4-on-4. However, PTC isn't armored, so could be potential danger territory here for Mongolz. Southsage just being given way too many opportunities to land those shots. Mara. Oh.
The bomb's on the bomb's on the other side of the map though. Well, that's a good A side hold.
That pretty much summarizes 5Power in this game so far. 2 of them are pushing into B and the bomb's on the other side of the map.
But when it works, it looks good. When it doesn't, it looks a little bit, you know, you're going to be a little bit sheepish doing it. But I mean, that's 5Power style at the end of the day. It's like if that's the way they win games, you got to give applause. But if that's the way they also lose games, you got to criticize it as well. And Forget just going to be firing 2 bullets. They now know where he is. Just a rifler on the ground, just going to be shooting a few bullets. Just closing the door on him. Jeez, Suga's going to be taken down. And Hang For You
He's
just gonna
never
be
going to
sitting above.
expect him in this position.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of guns being taken off the Mongols. It went down to a 1-on-1 after it was a nice shot from Forget, but it was a one-and-done position. Time's dwindling away. He can't
Now,
get out of there.
Here's the question. Do they buy AKs and just go for the pistol, or do they play for OT? I reckon we go double AKs, pistols, and we rush a bomb site and see how we go. But they're going to take the conservative approach.
I don't even think that's a conservative approach. That's
what is going on, Kev? Why are they spending their money like this?
I don't know, to be honest. It's a good question. I don't have a solid answer at the moment. They could have gotten a few AK-47s out.
Door stuck.
But as it is, it looks like Mitch's brain just a little bit stuck at the moment. PTC just getting the deagle. Mara's got Luorp out already, and they're going to get 2 boosted up. Temka just sitting underneath here, waiting for one to swing out. And ooh, this is a bit messy. But more picks go in the favor of NCL. And he's whipped out the pistol, trying to find the last one on PTC at mid. There's a rifle there, ready to back him up. And Sugu going to clean up. So it looks like Mongolz actually taking a pretty easy case by the looks of it, which is their map pick, mind you.
Oh. If I was to cover up the names on the right, I would just be going classic Mongolz game right here. Classic Mongolz stomp.
What do you mean?
What?
Wait, what do you mean if you covered up the Mongolz name?
If I covered up the names on the right.
Yeah.
Like if I was like, oh, Mongolz, and I just looked at this like screen or whatever.
You would have thought 5Power would have been winning?
No, I would have thought that like you'd have like Machine Gun and like Zilkenberg like smacking everyone around. Or
Sugu is smacking everyone. Look at that. NCL just walking at the edge of the smoke. South Sage is not going to be able to read that.
They've kept the essence of the team is what I'm getting at, Kevin.
Yep, and it's beautiful to be looking at least Cabal and PTC looking to do their best to try to extend this game. But Cabal's already taking a lot of damage on that MP9 quad. The rest of the CTs can just play accordingly around this. And the bomb's actually all the way in garage. Cabal's the sacrificial lamb at this stage, looking to do as much damage as he can.
Yeah.
So Forget is like...
He's forgot which bomb site they were actually going to.
I like this play, actually, because
yeah,
he's full HP. You know, you leave Cabal in a situation where he's just buying time. They're going to leave.
I still think this is A if they're not going if they're going to take their time getting over here. Oh, no. Why is he shot?
And Cabal goes down. So now Forget a lot of work to do at the moment. He was trying to find a CT on the off chance he was be able to find the opportunity. He's just buying a little bit of time. He's chucking up his guns. He knows that the CTs have to wander their way across. And there's now one in checkers, one coming in from B main. Tree's going to be smoked up as well. That's where they last spotted him. They're going to tap the defuse. They're not going to expect him back inside. He's going to find one. He finds 2 as well. He's down to 10 HP. And the time is ticking away. It is going to be Mara with the CZ to clean up. Also has a kit. And I think just barely has a defuse. So the first map will go to the Mongols 16-4.
That's great stuff from Mongolz, punishing those deserters. They brought in more of their countrymen after, you know, people leaving their roster, and now it's payback time.
I mean, still a couple of shaky things that we saw earlier on, but overall, you know, you can't really criticize a performance that wins. You know, I'd say we're just nitpicking at a stage when we're looking for weaknesses.
Oh, no, I loved it.
Overall, it was just, you know, they were hitting their shots, rolling with confidence, and that's what we love seeing, you know. Like you said, vintage Mongols, right?
Yep.
If you cover up the names, it's like, hang on, is Machine Gun and Zilkenberg back in here? Sugu was so good. Mara was really impressive as well, because, I mean, when I first saw Mara come in, like, I heard he was the coach, and I'm like, look, you know, obviously put in a rough position where he has to come in as the coach player, but it's really looking like he's finding his own stride at the moment. How many times do we see him get the opening pick, just preying on 5Power's over aggression? At the same time, for 5Power, not really too impressive on the 5Power. Only South Stage really stepping it up overall for their side. There was no one else.
And even then, like, all his kills he was getting was, like, non-impact frags a lot of the time. Like, some rounds he was walking in and getting a lot of entries, but almost always it felt like he was last alive and people were running him down and he's getting exits and stuff like that. So it's one of those situations where the numbers aren't too accurate.
Yeah, and it was good to see, you know, like South Sage, he got this clutch, and he also won, so he's won 2 clutches with 5Power. Yep. Imagine that if he didn't win the 2 clutches, it would have been maybe a 16-2 to Mongols, or even more of a defeat. So, I mean, yep, Keish, I mean, that was the Mongols map, but traditionally 5Power, it feels like it should be quite strong on Keish as well.
I mean, you would assume so.
So hopefully when it comes to the cobblestone, they've on their own map pick, they've got a few more tricks up their sleeves. Otherwise, this might be once again another very short series where we'll see Mongolz actually qualifying for the APAC finals, and where 5Power knocked into the lower bracket, which would definitely be a little bit of an upset in most people's minds.
Definitely, and it would make that lower bracket so much spicier.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of strong teams in this tournament. I mean, already we see Flash Gaming in the lower bracket up against MVP PK, where they were able to secure the victory. Now, maybe a little bit of the same as well, but Flash Gaming traditionally would be more historically favored. I mean, historically you'd favor 5Power, but now Mongolz, if they're able to keep this form up, if 5Power don't show up, then what?
Then we get an interesting lower bracket where one team that you would have thought made it through is going to be very sad.
Yep, absolutely. So that's map number 1 done. Cache is over and done and dusted. We're jumping onto the cobblestone soon. Don't go anywhere.
Be focused. Be uncompromising. Be the best